Holla guys, the PvE boss is back in the house after my break and I am psyched. I am on the Prot Warrior. What a better way to kick back off on the beta guides than the Prot Warrior, my favourite class in World of Warcraft. Can't wait for this one. I'm anxious like a little kid. I want to jump straight into the heroic, into the 5-man, but I'm going to wait just that few seconds. So what we're doing today, and just a quick reminder, is the web show is tomorrow, guys. Please get your bro fists sent to preachgaming@gmail.com and get your face on my wall so I can look at you guys while I'm filming my stuff. Please send it, guys. 8 PM GMT. That's twitch.tv/preachlfw. And send your bro fists to preachgaming@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Okay, let's do it. Let's get through this as fast as possible so we can get into a 5-man. Okay, Prot Warrior. The only reason I'm not doing the Feral Guardian and the Feral Kitty Cat is purely because respecking, in terms of respecializing on the beta, is a little bit tricky. So we're going to leave that for now. Okay, so Prot Warrior, what changes have we got? First of all, let's see what talents we pick up as a Protection Warrior. So you're going to go ahead and pick a talent spec out of here. Now, I call these talent specs out of history, but these are actually specializations now, okay? Your talent spec in terms of being a Prot Warrior, Fury, or Arms Warrior are now called specializations. Your talents are something completely different. So our specialization, of course, is Protection Warrior. So what do we pick up, Peacher? At level 10, I'm going to sound a bit like a radio guy now. In at level 10 is the Shield Slam. The classic textbook does what it says on the tin. Shield Slam, slamming the face, Spartan style. Leonidas, what's up? We're going to do the Shield Slam. Now notice that no longer does it naturally dispel a magical effect. Something a Prot Warrior took for advantage for a very long time, guys. It no longer does that. That is actually a glyph, but we'll get to glyphs later. At level 10, you're also going to pick up Unwavering Sentinel, giving you a nice HP boost and stopping you being crit by 6%. We no longer have to pick up a completely absurd talent. It's now just going to rock in at level 10 with our Unwavering Sentinel. I'm just going to move away from that portal because the sound's annoying me. Nice. We also, at level 10, pick up our Vengeance. When we get attacked, the damage we take boosts our attack power up to 10% of our maximum health. So that's always nice. At level 18, we're going to pick up our next little ability. That's going to be Shield Block. Now, this has had some major changes, guys. Major changes. Look at the cooldown on this bad boy. 1.5 second cooldown on your Shield Block. You might be thinking to yourself, what the fuck? That sounds max overpowered. Unfortunately, guys, it costs 60 rage! 60 rage! If you're going to spam this ability, you better be an angry Prot Warrior, man. You better be seriously angry. It's still going to raise our shield block, increase our block chance by a nice 25%, and our total chance, if your total chance to block exceeds 100%, your chance to critically block is increased by the excess. Now, I just want to talk about block quickly. I have done a mailbox on this. You can check that back in the past. But still, block has been changed and now suffers from diminishing returns. That's right, we can no longer just stack mastery through the teeth and get up to our nice critical block chance. That is no longer the case, guys. Our block is going to suffer diminishing returns. Blizzard did not want to have tanks that had a 100% chance to either block, avoid, or be missed by a boss. They wanted that chance for the boss to smash you with the five knuckle sandwich straight in the kisser. They wanted that. So now block suffers diminishing returns. Shield block is still going to push us way up there in our block. That doesn't mean block is useless, guys. We're going to be striking a nice balance, more than likely, between our dodge, parry, and block in terms of our gemming and reforging. However, block is still extremely powerful for a Prot Warrior, as if we can get up to that 100% mark, we're still going to get our big boost to critical block, which is awesome. Level 26, we pick up Devastate. Does exactly what it does on live, okay? It's going to 3 stacks of Devastate is going to give you 3 stacks of weakened armor. The debuff naturally is now called weakened armor for every class that has an armor reducing buff, such as Fairy, Fire, Expose armor, all that kind of stuff, okay? So that's going to stack up to 3 times and give you the same debuff for all the classes. Revenge still does what it says on the tin, counteracts after you dodge or parry, and you fire off some extra damage for very, very little. In fact, no rage cost whatsoever. Really nice ability. It has a 9-second cooldown. I'm going to take this little opportunity, guys. Bear with me. Is that on the MMO Champion today, you will see the patch notes. Tank threat is currently bogus on the beta realm. It's actually bogus. Tanks are having a really tough time. So you'll see on the MMO Champion patch notes, every tank is getting buffs, such as Revenge has been reduced to a 6-second cooldown and had a damage buff. Shield Slam has been doubled in damage, and Devastate has had a huge damage buff as well. So we'll see how we get on in the 5-man. Can Preacher cope with lower damage and lower tank threat? Sounds old school to me. I'm looking forward to it, I really am. At level 38, we're going to be picking up Last Stand, free of charge. A 3-minute cooldown. Temporarily grants you 30% of your maximum health for 20 seconds, guys. However, it's still sharing a cooldown with that rallying cry. Unless it's a very specific boss fight, we're still going to be preferring, in my opinion, that rallying cry in raids. I think so. But last stand is there if you need that extra boost to your HP as it is. At level 46, we pick up Blood and Thunder. Your Thunderclap now also applies Deep Wounds. That's right, Rend is gone. Rend no longer exists. Forget Rend. We don't have to worry about Rend. This is a good thing for the guys who are up and coming in new tanking areas. They were always sending me messages such as, Preacher, how can I get off the 2 global cooldowns needed to get some nice spread dots? I needed to fire off Rend first, then I needed to do my Thunderclap, and by that time the DPS were mauling all the ads. Now it's just a case of Thunderclap will do what it says. It's going to make them all bleed. Thunderclap, all good. At level 50, we pick up Sword and Board. Sword and Board now procs off Revenge only. Your Revenge has a 60% chance of resetting your cooldown Shield Slam and increasing the rage it generates by 5 for 5 seconds. Really good. I didn't mention this earlier, but Shield Slam is generating rage. Bear that in mind. So, when we get to Shield Block, as you can see there, it costs 60 rage. Shield Block costs us 60 rage. So what Blizzard is basically saying is it costs the same as our Heroic Strike and our Cleave. Okay, so we might be in this situation where we're getting hammered by the boss and we need to make a decision. Little bit of decision making going on for the Prot Warriors right now. Are we in a position where I need my Shield Block? I need the extra survivability. Things aren't looking great. I need the extra block. Or am I in a position where I'm feeling good, I'm feeling sturdy, the healers have got it all sorted? Can I fire off a Heroic Strike or a Cleave? Really nice. So that's going to bring you down to 60 rage. So let's say you've got a full 100 rage. Very rare for a Prot Warrior to have 100 rage. We fire off that 60 rage. That's going to bring us down to 40. And then we Shield Slam immediately after. That's going to take us back up to 50. And you're no doubt going to get a nice white swing in there as well, getting you back to your 60 rage. So you can Shield Block immediately after. Little tricks and tips like that are what's really going to separate the good tanks from the bad tanks. Rage management now really matters. Rage has been altered again. Blizzard, when will you get rage right? Really? When will you get rage right? In essence, guys, you're only going to be picking up rage from your white hits. We don't do a great deal of damage. So does that mean we need some hit and expertise in our Prot Warrior? We'll find out. We will find out. At level 50, we pick up our plate specialization, increasing our stamina by 5% for only wearing plate. That's fine. And our mastery remains the same, increasing your block by 30% and your chance to critically block by 30% affected by mastery. So that's all good. That's your talents you're going to pick up while you're leveling. Let's look at our actual choices for the Prot Warrior, because unlike the Balance and Resto Druids, in my opinion, Prot Warriors have a particularly great talent tree to play with. They have a lot of choices which actually make sense. So let's look at what we've got. At level 15, we're going to get to choose how our charge is modified. We can either have Juggernaut. In fact, I'll work backwards because I chose Juggernaut. We've got Warbringer in at number 1. I like it. I'm going to go with the Radio DJ all the way through this. Warbringer, your charge also knocks a target to the ground and stuns it for 3 seconds. Maybe a little PvP, maybe not. Remember, these talents are affected all warrior classes, not just the protection warrior, so these things here for PvP as well. Note that, guys. We've got double time. You can charge twice before getting its cooldown. This could be nice for fights where we have serious maneuverability issues as a Prot Warrior. The strength of the Prot Warrior has always been our ability to move the hell around. With Heroic Leap and Charge, in any stance we can get from A to B to C to D super fast. Using double time, let's say we've got ads picking up on one side of the room and then we've got ads spawning on another side of the room. With double time we can get there so fast it's ridiculous. Quantum Leap, eat your heart out. Flash can suck my balls. With double time I can get there super fast. For what I'm going to be doing, which is the 5-mans, I picked up Juggernaut. It just reduces the charge to a 12-second cooldown instead of 20, which means I can get from pack to pack really quickly and let people start crunching all those mobs down. That's my plan, but in certain situations, double time could be tasty. Warbringer for the Prot Warrior, probably not. But Juggernaut or double time could be useful, guys. On the level 30, we get ways of regenerating our health. Some really good choices here. Enraged regen is still the same as it was. Instantly heals you for 10% of your total health and then another 10% over 10 seconds. Can only be used while enraged, can be used while stunned, okay? So remember, that's 10% of your total health. Still works alongside cooldowns such as Last Stand, which is generally when we popped it. We'd pop a Last Stand or a Rallying Cry and then we pop an Enraged regen. Second Wind still does what it says. Whenever you are struck by a stun or immobilize effect, you generate 20 rage over 10 seconds. Whenever you take direct damage, you have a 10% chance to regenerate 10% of your total health. That seems to me like it's not really necessary. If you see what I'm saying is, whenever you take direct damage, you have a 10% chance to regenerate 10% of your total health. 10% chance? That's not great. It's not great. Maybe PvP, of course, we're going to generate rage while we're stunned, so we can really unload on somebody. Impending Victory is what I chose. Instantly attack the target, causing 4,653 damage. Of course, that's based on my current stats. And healing you for 10% of your maximum health. It has a 30-second cooldown. And rage regen is 1 minute cooldown. Killing an enemy that yields experience or honor resets the cooldown of your impending victory and causes your next impending victory to heal you for 20% of your maximum health. So if we get the final blow, guys, we can do a 20% heal on ourselves. Really like this. Now you're thinking, Preacher, why don't you just take in rage regen? That's a 1 minute cooldown and heals the same as impending victory, as that's a 30-second cooldown. I can use it twice. Looking forward to trying that out. Really am. I've gone ahead and bound that up there so we can use that as an extra attack, and I can keep some nice planned healing on myself while I'm doing the 5-mans. In between packs, I can be throwing heals on myself for 10% of my health. That's quite a lot, guys. 164k HP unbuffed. I'm going to be throwing out some nice regular heals on myself. Really like the look of that one. At level 45 should I say, we're going to pick out some CC, some various little CC methods. First thing is Staggering Shout. It roots everything around you. That's cool, 40-second cooldown. We have Piercing Howl, which dazes everything. That's fine, that's the same as it always was. Costs 10 rage. Staggering Shout, of course, is instant, but on a 40-second cooldown. Piercing Howl is spammable and snares everything to 50%. Doesn't root them, snares them, slows them by 50%. We also have Disrupting Shout, which comes with this lovely graphic. Oh, such white, shiny teeth. I really don't know what that image is all about. But he has a face arse, as you can see here. And I also have a face arse. That means that's nice. Disrupting Shout, a 40-second cooldown. Disrupts all spell casting within 10 yards and prevent any spell in that school from being cast for 4 seconds. I love the idea behind this talent. Although, could it be overpowered for PvP? We will see. Will this get changed? Couldn't say. But for a tank, when I'm tanking a load of caster mobs, being able to silence them all when I'm in trouble, when I'm taking all them big, heavy spell casting hits, I like that. I really, really like it. I hope you guys like it too. I think that's pretty sweet. So down at level 60, we get a really nice solid attack. This is what I love about the Prot Warrior tree so far, is everything in there is pretty cool. And we actually have some choices to make, unlike what we saw in the Resto Druid and the Balance trees. Brostorm is your first choice. It comes in exactly as it used to do. I thought about taking Brostorm as a tank and thought, oh, I kind of want to do it, but with my 75% weapon damage, I'm only using a one-hander, and you can continue to dodge, block, and parry while you're doing it. For seriously burst AoE threat, it's probably really nice. I'm not going to lie, it's probably really, really awesome, and the fact that we don't lose our avoidance while we're doing it is pretty cool. So I was thinking about it, but I went with the classic Shockwave for me. Shockwave still does exactly what it says on the tin, and considering I like tanking and positioning mobs and then stopping all damage coming into me, I'm a tank at the end of the day, guys. I want to live. I want to live. So I like Shockwave. We also had Dragon Roar. Roar ferociously, causing 25,000 damage to all enemies within 10 yards and knocking them back. I hate knocking things back as a tank. Possibly for PvP that's going to be awesome, but the PvPers are going to have a hard time between not being rooted or CC'd or having a Dragon Roar. We'll see where they go with that one. At level 75, we had something to do with spells and damage reduction. First one was Mass Spell Reflection. This could be used in certain raid encounters, so we'll have to watch this one. Does what it says on the tin again. It's going to do a spell reflect on everything around you. That's really cool. I chose Safeguard because I wasn't really sure which of the two was interesting to me. I'll talk about Vigilance first. Focus your protective... It's a 2-minute cooldown. Focus your protective gaze on a party or raid member, transferring 30% of the damage taken to you for 12 seconds. Now, guys, this is a Prot Warrior raid cooldown. Similar to Pain Suppression, Guardian Spirit, anything like that. Ironbark, which the Resto Druids are now rocking. We now have Vigilance on a 2-minute cooldown So let's say we're doing Impales, Madness of Deathwing. Our tank has no cooldown. Usually we do some sort of intercept and absorb the next blow. The fact of the matter is we can stick a Vigilance on them. 30% of that damage taken is going to come to us. We're unlikely to die from 30% of the damage. We have a nice effective raid cooldown. I really like this one, guys. I think it's cool. While Vigilance is active, your taunt has no cooldown, and attacks against the target cause you to become enraged, so we can keep our enrage up. That's pretty sweet. I went with Safeguard purely for the movement aspect, okay? It wasn't because I wanted the the improved intervene necessarily. It was more for me to move around faster. I like it. And while I'm doing it, it's going to break all movement impairing effects. And I like that. If I get snared in a dungeon and I want to get to the next pack, I like this. So I've picked up Safeguard for that particular reason. You also absorb the next damage against them, which can be cool. If the boss is about to pull off some big attack, I like it. I like Safeguard. I think that's nice for 5-mans. In a raid setting though, guys, I'm going to be rocking the Vigilance. I really am. I'm going to be rocking that Vigilance, but for now I've taken Safeguard, so I just want you to be aware of those choices. At level 90 we get our big ability. The Warrior talent tree is superb. Well done, Blizzard. Really impressed. Avatar. You transform into an unstoppable Colossus. What the fuck? That sounds so cool. I don't even need to see any more. It couldn't do anything, and I would want this talent. I don't care if it does absolutely nothing whatsoever, but Avatar just sounds so fucking good. Really does. You transform into an unstoppable Colossus for 30 seconds, increasing your damage dealt by 20% and causing your attacks to generate 50% extra rage. DPS monsters, look out. Avatar is on its way. That is so cool. Bloodbath. I love the warrior talents, man. I can't even express to you how much I enjoy them. Bloodbath. You carve up your opponent with your weapons. What? I've just become the Butcher of Bakersfield. Name that film. For the next 12 seconds, your special attacks cause the target to bleed for an additional 30% damage over 6 seconds and reduce their movement speed by 50%. That's really cool. And then we've got Stormbolt. That's right, you become Thor. That is where this is from. You are Thor. Hurl your weapon at an enemy, causing 100% weapon damage and stunning the target for 3 seconds. It deals an additional 300% weapon damage to targets that are permanently immune to stuns. So a 30-second cooldown, guys, that does 300% weapon damage for free. DPS Warriors have got some choice to make there, although the good DPS Warriors, of course, I think are going to go with Avatar, because they can time that to blow everything under the sun. Stormbolt's still pretty cool. It does replace your heroic throw, but it's got to buff the damage through the roof. Really, really nice. Let's look quickly at our glyphs, and then I'm going to talk about some changes to normal spells. Our glyphs are choicey. We have some choice here, so I'm not guaranteeing that I've picked the best ones by any means. I'm really not. We've got Blitz, which does the extra... a lot of these are talents, essentially, from the old style of doing the game. Blitz charges... the charge stuns an additional 2 targets. Bloodthirst increase the healing. Bull Rush increase the duration of your charge stun. Cleaving does exactly what it used to do. While enraged, notice that extra bit that's been tabbed onto the end. Increase the number of targets your cleave hits by 1 or 3 when enraged. So, if we're cleaving away, we get the extra hit while we've got while we're not enraged. But if we're enraged, we're going to hit up to 6 targets there, guys. Or yeah, 5 targets. Sorry. Ooh, 5 target cleave. DPS Warriors. Big AoE fight. Colossus Smash. Your Colossus Smash also applies Sunder effect to your targets, the same as it used to be. Death from above, a shorter cooldown on Heroic Leap. Enraged Speed. While enraged, you move 20% faster. Now, I was very torn about picking this up, guys, because I love moving quickly from pack to pack. But I've also picked up Warbringer and all that kind of stuff along in my talents. I think I'm okay. I left it alone. Furious Sundering. Reduced the cost of Sunder Armor by 100%. Blah. Gag Order, it does what Gag Order the talent does in the game. It means you pummel, Heroic Throw, and Stormbolt are also going to silence the target. I was debating picking this up for 5-mans, that's fantastic, but I don't recall a lot of casters in the first dungeon that we're going to be doing. Hamstring, when you spend Rage to apply Hamstring, the Rage cost of your next Hamstring is reduced by 100%, that's cool. Heavy Repercussions, not yet implemented. Already glyphed it before I noticed that. Great. When your shield block is active, your shield slam hits for an additional 50% damage. I'm actually going to swap that for enraged speed right now because I like the idea of moving fast. I really do. It's not yet implemented, but when we pop our shield block, it does what it does in the old talents where we buff our shield slam while doing it. Hoarse Voice, with something I'm going to have by the end of this day, no doubt. Reduce the cooldown and rage generation of your battle shot by 50%. Boring. Hold the line, exactly what the talent did in the Cataclysm. If we get a nice boost to revenge after we parry. Could be cool for big AoE fights again. Long charge, the rage. Mortal Strike isn't implemented, we'll talk about in the arms. The same with Overpower. We'll skip some of these. Resonating Power, Thunderclap is something we use all the time as a prot warrior. Reduce the damage of your Thunderclap by 10%, but increases the duration of its debuff by 20%. I'll have to see how that plays out. At the moment, I don't particularly need it. Rude Interruption, we get damage buff while we interrupt. That's cool. Shield Slam now removes the magical effect. Something that Prot Warriors took very, very much for granted. We need to watch that one, guys. If it's something that needs to remove it instantly, it could kill us, such as a buff on a boss, it might be worth us picking that up, because I find tanks tend to be pretty quick on this stuff, although we've got Purge and other stuff in the game. It might be worth it if it's life or death situation. Shield Wall does exactly what the allll used to do. Shield Wall now reduces damage taken by an additional 20%, but increases its cooldown. Glyph of Spell Reflect, reduce the cooldown. We'll skip the Glyph of Thunderclap, increase the radius of your Thunderclap ability by 2 yards. That's cool. Victory Rush. I picked this up as I'd taken that impending victory talent. Increase the total healing provided by your Victory Rush and impending victory by 50%. So I should get some nice healing on myself as my goal. There's some fun ones in there. The ones I picked, I'll just flick through. Glyph of Enduring Victory. When you Victory Rush or impending victory heal you, you grow slightly larger. Fuck yeah, baby. Tauren tanks all the way. Glyph of Burning Anger. You get so angry while enraged that you catch on fire. I was looking forward to this, but look, it's pretty crap. I just thought this was going to be really cool, but it's not. It's pretty shit. Oh well, whatever. I also picked up Glyph of Thunderstrike, so when I thunderclap, I now get a visual effect. Can I generate? Some lightning shoots out the sky. Whatever. So I picked up Glyph of Hold the Line, so I get the buff. I'm going to be parrying quite a lot. I just want to show you how much the stats have changed here on our character. My bindings aren't the same as this one. Bump! Is look at our defenses now. Our dodge is now only 7.43% with a 20% parry chance, a 48% chance to block. This character is a pre-made character. I haven't done much with him. He's gemmed in the usual way when I logged on. That's cool. I haven't done any reforging, and I'm not going to. I'm going to leave things as they are and see how we get on in the 5-man. That's the Prot Warrior changes, guys. We're going to jump into a 5-man and see exactly how this rocks and roll. Let's check it out.